What's up, everybody? A Sparrow with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Elite Dangerous. When we left off in the last episode, we kind of did a few more mission objectives, still trying to get up to our Baron rank. Now, there's a couple of things that I want to go over. First of all, some of you may have already commented on this stuff, but these were things that I kind of discovered along the way, in between the last episode. Even if it wasn't through comments or anything, just from my own research and stuff like that. So first of all, one thing we're kind of screwing up a little bit is our reputation here. We've been trying to work to get to Baron, and you'll see our reputation is allied with the Empire, but the problem is you'll see that in the system status for the what is it called? The system factions. So we've got the Achenar Empire League, all this stuff. All of these are set to Allied as well. Now, why is this a problem? I didn't know this until recently. I have not confirmed it. We're going to test it a little bit today, hopefully. Is while the Allied works fine for the overall Empire, because we're trying to raise our rank, the Allied in the system factions is actually a bad thing. Because what it means is we get less return on the missions that raise our rank, our reputation. So the way it was explained to me through reading forums and wikis and guides and all that kind of crap, was that, actually, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually start heading out. I'm set up to head to Carverta, I think. I don't know why it keeps bringing that cursor up. That's kind of annoying. The reason for that is if we look at our powers tab, I'm going for expansion missions. Under threat. Ooh, that's new. That wasn't there a minute ago when I first started recording. Under threat. Alright, we might need to go work on this one then. I was doing this one because it's the most potential value out of the ones that we're currently trying to expand to, I guess. But I'll do this one because it's under threat at the moment, which is not good. So there's 3 different ways. I'm going to explain this more in detail, but basically we're going to be heading over here, which actually that works out because it's closer. So that may end up working out for us better in the long run. Let's try a fastest route, see if we can make it. I don't have my fuel scoop anymore, so we'll go with the economic route, I guess. Alright, so I need to... And in the view, you have the power play view. I was kind of being a little stupid about this. I was looking at the control mission tab, which is why I was like, oh, all of these missions are in the control stage. All of these, preparation, control, and expansion, happen simultaneously. So that was kind of a derp up on my part. So you can switch over to expansion to see the expansion. I don't really understand why there isn't a preparation tab. Unless it's because you're just preparing, so there is no information. I don't know. But you can check the expansion tab. But this is all under the map view, and you can see high profit system, low profit system, etc., etc. In terms of what would help you the most. I'm gonna try and do that a little bit more detail in a minute. But I'm going to use the time that it's going to take us to get over here to work on some stuff, to explain some things. So that way we're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. This doesn't have a station, it doesn't look like, so I need to stop at Lampede. So tell you what I'm actually going to do. Let's set this as our marker. And let's actually set this to fastest. Okay, so that doesn't work. How about economic? Alright. So we'll use that route. We'll go there, we'll refuel, and then we will head to... I'll reset it after we get there. So let's go ahead and head out, and then I'll start talking about some of this stuff in the meantime. So, the Allied thing. about all this. The way I was explained or researched, I guess I didn't actually talk to anybody specifically, so I guess researched is probably a better term. But my research basically said that, think of it like you're wanting word from the systems to reach the Empire. So if the Empire already knows that these system faction people like you, because you're allied with them, you're not going to be gaining as much reputation because they already know that they like you. So that's not as helpful in raising your reputation. Going to a new system where they're neutral, indifferent, whatever, and then raising your reputation up to allied goes, hey, here's more people that like you, so your reputation gain is higher. So you can do it. You could sit here at Akinar, just keep doing missions, and eventually raise your rank. But technically speaking, it's inefficient because you're not actually gaining as much reputation per mission that you do based on a system where the system factions are allied. Now, again, let me reiterate, it is the system faction that you're worried about. It's these guys. Once you get into the main reputation of Fed, Empire, or Alliance, that's fine if they're allied. It's not a big deal because you're wanting to be allied with them so that you can raise your rank. It's the system factions that you want. If it turns to allied, you kind of want to move to another system apparently and start doing missions for another area, so that you can gain more reputation per mission, so you'll rank up faster. That's what I read. We'll test that theory out here as we try and get our rank up to Baron. The other thing, I won't be able to show it too much right now, because we're kind of flying around, but the power system, again, I want to reiterate, I'm still getting the hang of it. Not some kind of guru genius about it, but Elite Dangerous developers, Frontier Development, have actually put out a small mini video series on, I don't know if it's on their website or not, but I found it on YouTube. I think there's 4 parts that kind of breaks down the system for how everything works in the powers mechanic. Actually, was very educational. It opened up like kind of a lot of these moments, you know, where something finally makes sense. Needless to say, I had it kind of confused. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over here to these systems and see if we can get where we're going, and then I'll be back and we'll go over that a bit more because this is just kind of boring. All right, so we're here at Lampade, which was kind of just more of a pit stop than anything. I stopped talking about... oh, here's an example of those new intensity extraction sites, by the way. Apparently, we can see here there are still standard resource extraction sites. I did not know that. But there's also low intensity and high intensity. Yeah, I stopped mid-conversation there because I kind of wanted to show off a bit more what I was talking about rather than just talking. I wanted to kind of show you guys an example. Also, I was starting to get some background noise in the background, where background noise happens. So I wanted to pause for a minute anyway. Okay. So, yeah, here's what I was screwing up before. I believe, I'm not positive, but I believe we may have set into a new cycle. This is being recorded on Thursday. So it should have been, it was recorded yesterday, so I'm not sure when the cycles happen, but it looks like the command capital is different for this power. It also to note that she has moved up in rank to 2. And I'm fairly certain all that kind of stuff, the command capital and ranking and all that, is calculated at the end of each cycle, or the start of a new one, kind of at the same time. So it's important to note, preparation, expansion, and control, contrary to what I said in the last episode, they all work at the same time. And you're doing these missions all throughout the current cycle, which is a week long. Alright, so preparation. Collect Levine corruption reports compiled by analysts in our control systems, and I'm pretty sure it says, and take them to the system in question. So, for example, these are all really far away. but just as an example. Deliver them to the system, help uncloak any corruption there, and prepare the system. So here's what happens, basically, is, let me see if I can get to, here we go. Gosh, that stupid cursor. I gotta turn that off or something. See if I can. So you have your bulletin board, as usual, and it's, actually I just noticed it's probably a good thing to point out, this is a contested system. The allegiance is to Duval, which is our power, but you'll notice up here, actually the cursor is a good thing right now, it says contested system. Ooh, mining missions, help to repair our station. This is for the Lampede. I think we're still allied with them. It doesn't hurt. It's only 20,000 credits. Only 20,000. Stuff like that. I've been grabbing any missions that are just donate a little bit of money because we've got enough right now to spare that. I don't want to take on any other missions right now. But there's also this contacts page. And under that, you'll see power contact, which we can go to. Now, there was an option here, I already picked it, to pull in your cycle salary or whatever it's called. So mine is like 1,000 credits at the moment because I'm only at rank 2. Now it says no actions are available. There are no facilities here to provide or accept goods and vouchers. Please visit the nearest control system or the headquarters to avail yourself of these services. From what I understand, I have not actually partaken in a preparation mission, but from kind of how I gather it, and again, this is subject to kind of whatever, is you would have to... The only part that's weird is it says collect reports compiled in our control system and deliver them to this system to help uncloak. So you should be able to access your power tab and tell it that I want basically to get these reports, and then you take them here, you deliver them through the same power tab, and you get 10 merits or whatever, a certain amount of merits per however many you put in. And you can take a certain amount of those reports or whatever it is for your power based on your rating with that power. So when we see here 10 power commodity allocations every half hour, the power commodity is the thing you're supposed to be taking. So in our case, it's the reports. So I can carry 10 every half hour and deliver them to a station. So I'd have to wait a half hour, fly back, get some more, fly back, so on and so forth. When the system meets the requirement, like 10 out of 100, for example, when it gets 100 of those reports, I believe then it can be nominated. When we see in the prep tab how it says nominate, and it's grayed out. I've never actually done this, but just based on the overview videos that the developers sent out, you can nominate it after it's been prepped, basically, after you've turned in enough of those credit things. I think, again, I'm not entirely positive how all that works. The expansion one is what we're going to try out today. And that's where it says support the Senator's fleet by destroying corrupt system defense forces at crime sweeps in the system. So much like conflict zones, we're looking for something called a crime sweep. When we take them out, we'll get vouchers for however many corrupt system defense forces we've taken out. And then when we fly back to a control system that our power is in control of, we turn them in, and this raises the expansion tab. Reversely, the opposing powers can do other missions. I haven't exactly seen what those are, but you can get vouchers for that and turn it in at your stations, and then it will raise the opposition. If the I forget exactly how the trigger points work, but it gets explained in the overview videos that Frontiers put out. But if the actually it says expansion cannot occur until triggers reach. So if we get the expansion bar up to the trigger point, which in this case is 946 vouchers, and it tells you the total there too, then it's basically eligible for expansion, and then at the end of the cycle it will be expanded into your system. And if the opposition gets up to the same trigger as well, I believe it... I'm not sure about this point, so don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that if the opposition meets the trigger as well as the expansion, that it, like, negates it, basically. Like, it's one of those neither can actually work because it got screwed up. This one is a little weird. Deliver supplies from our contact to help fortify the grip on the system. So, contact in Kamabehenu. I think, I'm not positive on this, but I think this works the same way as preparation. That you go to wherever that is, the contact in Kamabehenu, and you get a commodity from your power contact and then bring it to this area. I think this also, the video from Frontier actually depicts also that there are missions where you have to find supply runs, haulers and stuff, and either destroy them or break the cargo hold and kind of like pirate-wise, like take their canisters and then take them back in. I'm not sure if that's exactly what this is, or if this particular power just has two courier-type missions. I'm not sure. I'll be honest about that. But so, kind of had the cycles and all that kind of confused a bit. So that, I hope, helps clarify a bit how this works. The other thing that we can see, because I need to set this up anyway, like I said before, you can, when you're in the Power Play tab, you can switch from Overview to Expansion to Control, which is something I was not doing before. So we want to set this, and then plot a route. Okay, so in here you can also see radius, income, upkeep, and potential profit. So if you capture this system, if we expand to Veka, which is this system here, everything within a 15 light-year radius becomes a, what's the term? An exploited system of this one, is at least how I'm understanding the system here. And so when that happens, that's why radius income is 124 command currency, or command capital, per week, I think is what the /W is for, per cycle. And then it costs you 33 to upkeep it, so you're pulling a 91%, or a 91 command capital profit, not percent. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm still getting the hang of this. Like I said, it's a lot to work with, so I hope I'm getting all that squared away. But what I'm gonna do is, expansion is definitely where I'm most comfortable, because it's basically like combat zones. And all I'm gonna do is, before we get into a command, what is it? Crime sweep is what we're looking for. Before we get into one of those, I'm gonna stop at one of the local stations and see if I can find a station that is Imperial friendly and maybe get some missions before we go out and do that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go out and do some of that stuff. Though I don't know if raising merit with the power will raise it with the allied faction or not. I don't know if that actually will do anything, or if it just raises your power merits. And of course, doing these vouchers, we get merits for doing that, so then the merits raises our rating, so on and so forth, etc., etc. So I'm gonna head out there and we'll look for a crime sweep and try this out. Alrighty, so we're not at, where is it? Veka, or whatever? We're not at Veka. I read online, because when I first arrived at Veka, I couldn't find any crime sweeps, which you just might have noticed there, that there's one in this system. I read on a forum that apparently there was some bug, as of today, this afternoon, I don't know if it's been fixed or whatever by now, but Vega, Carverta, Lutini, and I think the other one that's listed is no longer listed as an expansion attempt. Those are apparently bugged. And Vega seems to have been fixed, maybe. A lot of people were speculating how the opposition was working since nobody could find crime sweeps in the area. But you'll notice that's why these two have, like, nothing, is because nobody can find anything there. So I came over here to Divorcee, or I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the D is silent and the G is silent, and just say Vorsey. I don't know, maybe it's Divorcee or something. I don't know, whatever. Because these other ones looked, well, okay, this one's pretty darn past the trigger point. Anyway, it was close. That's the truth. It was close. I also converted, I hope it will show in my recordings, I converted, I had the hardware cursor on, and when I turn that off now I don't get the cursor every time I enter the menu, which is awesome! So before we head out, I did want to check and see if there's any missions we can do. Now, oh, and by the way, I think I might have been completely wrong about the faction thing. Because every Imperial faction, like, I know I've never been here before, but Divorcee Industries says I'm still allied with them. So I don't think that's actually accurate, that if you're allied, you might lose rep gain if you're allied with somebody instead of, like, an unfamiliar empire. But I've never been here before, and they're still saying I'm allied, so I don't think the whole go and find someone that's not allied will actually work, even if you do lose a return on your reputation missions. Just saying. That's my opinion. So Industries or Empire Assembly are missions we can do. Industries. Sweet, donation missions. I like those because they're relatively cheap for the money that we have. And they give us rep points, so screw it. Ooh. What is this one for? Empire Assembly, that's good. 3 pirates, 100 grand. I'm actually not going to take that because it's in another system. Bico. No, I don't really want to do that yet. So let's just do this one. Get that out of the way. See if that updates anything. Probably won't. That was a small. I don't know. It says rep gain high, so we should get it soon. I would think. Oh, yeah, and I found all these that they were like, not these. Where am I looking? Some of these aren't accurate, but some of them were like, you don't have room. You need 6 cargo space. And I'm like, I have 6 cargo space? Yeah, I forgot to sell that basic medicine. So, I have 4 inventory slots, basically. Because... Where's medicine? Chemicals. Consumer items, food. Metal. Oh, there it is, medicine. Sell 223. I don't really care. I know I'm probably actually getting a loss on this in the long run, but I just don't care. We'll look at it as that's the 11 grand I just donated. I don't care. Alright, so basically, you can see we have a crime sweep here that's actually 21 million meters, so we don't actually have to go very far, which is awesome. So we're heading out to do our first crime sweep. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know. I am interested to see if we actually gain Imperial reputation by helping Duval with the extraction stuff. Or not extraction, expansion. Alright. Let's do a little float. Float and coast. I can't ever remember. I think I'm actually going into this place upside down. I can't ever remember. The lights are supposed to mean something like, I always want to say... Oh, that's right. If you're entering the port, you want the red on your right?
Frameshift drive charging.
Because I remember something like red right returning was something my grandfather taught me. Something like that.
Engage.
Okay, so we're really close, which is pretty darn awesome. I've never done one of these before though, so I'll probably screw it up. I was just told from the overview videos from Frontier, just from watching that short mini-series on how all this works, that you do the crime sweep missions because that's what it said to do for the expansion for this power. What I don't know is how the crime sweeps themselves actually work. It just says take out corrupt security enforcement or whatever. I don't know if we have to pick a faction. I don't know if it's like a combat zone where it's just us on them. Like, I don't really know how this works. But, for better or for worse, we're about to find out. So let's go. Weapons hot. Imperial Enforcer, they're all green. Alright, let's see if we can pick a faction. Oh. We're already aligned. Okay. Oh, there's red. Perfect. Ooh, a Python. System Security Force. I'm guessing Lawless. Okay, so I think we have free reign to shoot them? And we won't get a bounty, hopefully? I don't know.
Under attack.
Oh. I want to go for this Python. Let's see if this works. I wonder if I can scan them. I doubt that'll do anything, but hey. Ah, screw it. Alright, important to note, we are not getting any kind of bounty on our head, which is really good. I wasn't sure how that would work because they are technically System Defense Force. I'm imagining kind of like wanted people, you probably have to allow for the scanner to bring up Lawless before firing on them, or you probably will get a bounty. It's just a guess. I don't know that for sure. I'm just assuming. Ouchie. Alright. I don't know if killing the bigger ships will do anything. We'll test it this episode, and if it doesn't do anything, then screw this. We are going for the Eagles and crap. There's no reason to make more work for ourselves. I mean, if we get paid more or something, that's different, or you get more merits, I could understand. But if we're not, screw that. I could have already killed like 3 Eagles by now. Maybe more, depending on how persnickety they were at getting away from my lasers. Man, this guy just seems to have like a ton of armor for some reason. Either that or I'm just not hitting it in the right spot. I've got it set for the power plant, but he's just taking a beating. Normally Pythons, I thought, went down faster than that, but I don't know. Alright, there's one, so let's see what we get.
Target destroyed.
Alright, now, according to my research, alright, we have one power play with Duval. So let's find a little ship. That's a courier. I don't think I've killed a courier on camera before. I did at one point because I got interdicted. Dude, hostile. There we go. Alright, so let's take on the courier, since some of you may not have seen it up close. It's a really cool looking little ship, actually, that I'm about to run into. Really reminds me of some of the Star Trek ships, actually. Like, oh gosh, there was a shuttle in one of the Star Trek shows that this reminds me of. Wow, look at all the lasers! Look at all the lasers! Alright.
Target destroyed.
2 power play tickets.
Target
Alright.
shield
This is the
offline.
definitive
Friendship
test.
charge detected.
If we take out an eagle... Come on, oh, dang it.
Target destroyed.
I'm pretty sure that it will. I'm pretty sure it's just going to...
Target shields offline.
Wow, is everyone seeing all these lasers? This is intense. Wow.
Target destroyed.
Somewhere in there we're taking a screenshot.
Target shields offline.
Oh man. No hope. If you look up no hope in the space dictionary, this is what you see right here. Ooh, that was close.
Target destroyed.
3 power play.
Under attack.
We got a Viper. Come on, give me Lawless. Give me Lawless. There we go.
Target shields offline.
These smaller ships, I tend to just go for their hull. I cannot believe how many lasers there are here. Though I'm not getting the last hit on a lot of these. Whoa! Space just opened up and there's like a ton of people. Alright, what's the smallest one we got? Give me the eagle. I'm probably aggroed on an anaconda or something. Alright, if this gives us a point, then this is what we're going for. There is no reason to go after an anaconda when an eagle gives you the same result. Come on, get over it. Oh, I hate eagles. Maybe I will go for the anaconda. They're easier to get around on. Get over here.
Under attack.
I do hate fighting some of these little maneuverable fighters. They're gonna be a pain in the butt when I end up with a clipper. Because the clippers have... Oh, how did my power get reset? Come here, you little bugger. I don't know why my scanner was stuck in scanning mode.
Under attack.
Yep. Alright, so you get 1 per ship, just in general. Well, the heck with that. I'm going for the smallest ship I can find, instead of the biggest one. Combat zones and bounty hunting, you go for the biggest one. Apparently in these power play situations, go for the smallest one. Like, there is no reason to make more work. At least in my opinion. Some of you might feel differently, might want more of a challenge, but for me... Heck with that, man. Though I've probably got an anaconda or a python or something shooting at me and I'm just completely ignoring it. Oh, you jerk. You jerk face. Come here. It's gonna wear off eventually. And you're right back where you started from. Chaffing to me is for at least these ships. I mean, for players it's different because it would give you the opportunity to like fight them or something, but for players, or I mean for NPCs, it's just prolonging the inevitable, man. I'm going to kill you. All you're doing is delaying it. Alright. I think I'd like to get 10 points, because if we get 10, I'm 90% sure we move up in rank with the power, which gives us more benefits and stuff. I think. I'm not 100% sure on the number there. Come here. And I suppose, I don't know how you would prevent the expansion here. If it's, I guess it would be based on your power. That if your power had them... I think the video from Frontier mentions that if you're trying to oppose, that you have to basically find... you have to find ships that are working for the power that's trying to expand. Ooh, haven't taken on a vulture in this before, I don't think. Alright, a vulture we're not going to play around with, though, because they can be pretty lethal, as we know. So let's go right for the power plant. Now we'll go in. I want to treat him a bit more like an actual credible threat, because I know my ship, my Vulture, is actually a threat to even bigger ships, so gosh, they're maneuverable little boogers. So I want to make sure I can actually take him out. I mean, he is a mostly harmless pilot. I've heard reports that a lot of them are mostly harmless. Like, a lot of people aren't seeing a lot of expert and higher level pilots and stuff from the NPCs in the crime sweeps. That's what I heard anyway. Obviously this is our first one, so I can't really attest to that, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not real worried about it. I've seen some people getting really bent out of shape over it, like, oh, this is broken, and you know, they should have fixed this in beta. I mean, they just patched it like a week ago or something. I mean, maybe even less, so I'm not really worried about it. It's a lot of fun. It's almost like there's a ton of new stuff to do with the power play mechanics. You know, I mean, sure, they'll iron things out. You know, we talked about Vega being glitched, possibly. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not worried about it. Like, it's fun. It's not broke. It's definitely playable, and I'm having fun with it, so I don't know. I think sometimes people get a little too overzealous with some things. I mean, to each their own and everything. Not that I'm like, oh, you shouldn't do this, but I don't quite get it. It's like, it's whatever. They'll fix it. If it's broke or imbalanced or something, they'll patch it.
Under attack.
We live in the era of games being patched non-stop, after all. Heaven forbid we actually release a game that's just done. No. That would be breaking the mold now. Alright, who is... Oh, jeez. Alright, well, that wasn't what I expected. The way it moved around me, I thought it was a Vulture. I wasn't expecting a Conda. Well, this is crap. Because I totally just aggroed a Viper, too. So this is interesting. Ow! Oh, good. Let's see if I can pull him back into these other green ships over here, because we got way too many reds over here. Let's bring them back. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this, like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on 1? Yeah, I feel like I said before I don't like 6 on 1 odds. Where's all our reinforcements? Like, where's all our green ships? There's one green ship and like 12 red ones. Alright, I'm out of here. I'll reset the instance for... heck with this.
Frameshift drive charging.
It ain't worth it. Ow, that was plasma accelerators. Ow, that hurt. Oh, one other thing. They fixed the glitch where you got your shields back if you warped out of an instance and back in. See, like that? We still have the same level of shields. So that's very, very important if you're trying to get away. We're going to leave that selected and check the power play tab for a second here. I want to go over to our rating. Okay. So, oh, at 100 merits. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a minute. I mean, if we're moving along at that, it's not that big of a deal. Oh, okay, I'm an idiot. I'm a knucklehead. So, you can see where it says 0 preparation nominations. That's why nominate was grayed out for me. I don't know if what I said earlier is true also, that you have to, like, take the supplies to it and then you can nominate. I don't know. But that's why it says, that's why I can't nominate anything. It says preparation 0. If you're at rating 2, you get 2 preparation nominations, and then you go up to 15 power commodity. So those report packets, we could carry 15 at a time, instead of the 10 we can currently carry. We also get 50,000 credits a week. To maintain your rating, you must earn enough merits to unlock it again this week. So I'm guessing that means that through this cycle we have to get 100 merits to reach rank 2, and then we would have to also have 100 extra merits. I don't get the carried over from last week. That's the only part I don't get. Because if you have to earn enough to unlock it again, that makes me feel like you lose your merits every cycle, but then it has carried over from last week. So I don't quite understand, unless it's just for semantics that you have what you earned this cycle and what you earned from the last cycle, and then it makes your total, and then next cycle will be what you earned from this one and what you earned from that one. Unless it's just to show you the analytics or something, but I mean, if it just keeps stacking, I don't really understand the point of that. I do love how things translate, though. To me, I see 10,000 merits to reach rating 5, and I'm like, okay, so I need 10,000 kills. Like, that's what I see. Because I'm just not, I don't know. We're running a little low on time. Let me go ahead and stop back in at Fowler. We're going to chill here for a minute, though, I think. At least till the... I was gonna say the end of the cycle, but that's a while. I don't think I want to sit here that long. It depends. It depends. We're gonna have to see what we get from this. If we get any kind of compensation, then we might, or I guess I should say merit. Like if we, or not merit. I can't talk. It's late. Reputation. If we get any kind of reputation from doing this, not just with the power, but if we actually get Imperial reputation, I might chill and do this for a minute. If we don't... Oh, and by the way, I wanted to show this off for a while, hadn't found the right time. They totally overhauled the docking computer. So you have to be within 7.5 kilometers, but if you request docking, automatically slow to auto-dock. There's no, like, approach the docking bay anymore. You can do it from behind the dock. It will boost. It does all kinds of crap now. Like, this is cool. This does some work. So I'm going to try and show it here so you can see that it works a lot smoother. It's not quite as bouncy or jagged. You know, how it would, like, you know, and stutter across the screen. It doesn't do that much anymore. It kind of just pilots itself, which is amazing. I totally want one of these for Super Cruise. I really do. Like, I want to be able to just go here. I don't even, like I said, I don't even mind if it's expensive or if it takes up a slot and most people don't use it. I don't care. I just think it'd be cool to have. I think they might be not going to do that out of fear of, like, then Super Cruise becomes irrelevant or something. But, I mean, to me, I think it'd be cool because then you could just, if you're going to a station, you could just auto-lock it and be like, just go here. But if you're flying along and then you see a ship on your contact page that, like, ooh, that might be a bounty, you click on it, then you can, like, steer and change direction and be like, okay, now I want to interdict this ship because it's what I'm looking, you know, stuff like that. I think that would be cool. I think that would be cool, but that's me. Alright. So contacts. So we go to our power contact. You can see here, take control. Wait, how do I turn them in, though? Support. Center's fleet. Hand in confirmation of kill contact in our control systems. Oh, this is an uncontrol system. So maybe I can't turn them in here. I see. I think I see. Dang it. Well, that kind of stinks. I was hoping I could turn these in. But, at the same time, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. Yeah, so I'm definitely thinking most of my work with this power is going to be expansion, because control's delivery, preparation is delivery of reports. So wait, it says control is combat, but it didn't seem like that to me. Though this is in the fortifying position. I don't know what other states there can be. If it's like contested or something, then maybe you can combat fight. Maybe that's what it is. Because this says bring supplies from our contact, so I'm wondering if the fortification fortification will occur unless system is undermined. Undermining cannot occur until trigger is reached. So I'm wondering if the way you oppose the opposition is by combat and the way you fortify it is by delivery. That's what I'm kind of wondering. Alright, so let's view this map here. Because we're here, what I need to do is find a controlled system. What I need is the overview, I think. Expansion. What is this one? Contested. Oh, these are contested because we're trying to expand to this one, because it's that radius thing again. So this one is controlled. So, where are we? 48 light years? I wonder if there's a means of filtering it by controlled systems. So is that the closest controlled system? No. What about this one? What are you? Tui. That's closer. Let's try fastest, because 30 I think I can make without refueling. Yeah, alright, I can make that. It's only 2 jumps, actually, with the fastest route. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I will be back and we can see how this actually works when we turn stuff in. Alright, so this place is freaking out in the middle of nowhere, by the way. There's a bunch of conflict zones here, then checkpoints, though. So that's interesting. We ended up here at Tui, but when you get here... is it on the map? No, it's not even on the map anymore, the main star of the system. This is like 24,000 light seconds away. It's ridiculous. It's like out in the middle of nowhere, man. Alright, here we go. So now that we're in a controlled zone by Duval, we can... okay. Here we go. So cargo space is 0 of 16. Okay. Corruption reports. You have no Levine garrison supplies to deliver. Okay. Okay. So to fortify a system, we take supplies from the capital, bring them here, you would deliver them. Then it fortifies the system. And if you reach the quota, then I guess... Oh no, we're above the quota, never mind. To prepare a system, we would take all of these to another system, I guess? Let's just go ahead and grab that. Collect reports compiled by analysts in this system and deliver them to our contacts in systems being prepared. So that we'll have to look up where they're going. And then for combat, for expansion, we redeem all of our applicable vouchers. So we have 7 merits. Oh, you do gain credits. Okay. So we gain 100 credits per... yeah. Per merit. There we go. So 100 credits for gaining rating 1 would basically give us 1,000 credits, which is bleh. I mean, that used to be a lot. It's not anymore. It's like fuel, basically, for lack of a better term. Still on the lookout for getting our our reputation to go up. Let me check and see. I think I'm going to check every Imperial station I land at and see if they have any of these lovely donation missions. Since they do give a high rep gain. I mean, you really don't have to do anything. I guess I should have probably made sure about that. TUI Guardians or Gold Major Company. Crimson Fortune Group. Okay, so I probably won't do that one, because that's, yeah, nah. Bummer. Pay attention to that. I'm bad about that. Oh, here's one. Quantity 8. Oh, this is an actual... Oh, poo. Dang it. Non-lethal weapons. Alright, whatever. Whatever. Can I abandon this? Right from here. There we go. I don't really care about what they think of me either. Okay. So I think, wow, we are way over our time. So sorry about that. This is a really long episode. Alright, so I'm going to end the episode here on that note in the meantime. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.